Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting, the station designed to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. Presents Women Emerge with Mellisa Lambert, a show that shines a light on spiritual growth, health, purpose, and financial education. It's time to emerge and begin to live out your dreams, walk into your destiny, while making a difference in the lives of many.
Welcome to Women Emerge with Mellisa Lambert. I am your host, and it's always an honor and a privilege to come before you another Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm excited because this is going to be such a special show. And before we get started in this heartfelt episode of Women Emerge with Mellisa Lambert, you're going to hear from one of my nominees that received her Honorary Doctorate in Humanitarianism this past weekend, Dr. Talitha Davis, and she is going to share her journey on Saturday, how that experience was. Then she went away on a cruise, on a boat ride in Maryland with some of the other doctors in humanitarianism and the owner of the school and Dr. Popular. And we're just going to talk about what's next for her, knowing that she now have received this nominee. So I want you to welcome to the show the newest profound and amazing woman who is a wonderful daughter. She's a wonderful friend. She's a wonderful mother to an amazing son, Daniel. And she is a wonderful leader for her community at large. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Talitha Davis. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mellisa. I'm so honored to be here today. Thank you. Appreciate that wonderful introduction.
You're absolutely welcome. And you have been on the show before, and I know that so many people are looking to hear a little bit about just your background prior to becoming Dr. Talitha Davis. Just give us a little bit about your background, a little bit about who you are, and then we're going to walk right into sharing with others how Dr. Talitha Davis came about.
Yes, absolutely. So first and foremost, I am a two-time published author and a certified health coach. My life's work has really been rooted in serving and helping to empower individuals and communities through mentorship and health advocacy and holistic wellness. You know, I have truly a deep passion for my people, you know, the African diaspora, and a commitment to, you know, healing and transforming our lives by uplifting and educating and inspiring. And so I have used my ability to write, you know, through writing and coaching, through community outreach. I've helped to provide a mission, you know, a self-mission to helping others arise into their purpose. And that's truly what my ministry is all about, Damsel Arise, which is a very empowering ministry to invoke purpose, you know, purposeful living and walking boldly in your truth. And so that's truly who I am all about in a nutshell.
Wow. And I actually, especially your Damsel Arise, that was the first book that I remember you actually released. And it was such an inspirational book that I remember you writing and publishing and getting that out to the public. So, Talitha, this past weekend was amazing. First and foremost, I haven't seen you in years. And to give you a hug in your doctorate robe And to see that smile on your face was everything. And I'm so thankful that you accepted the nomination and was able to walk across that stage and hold that big. You was like, this degree is bigger than my other degrees. It was big, you know.
Yes.
But tell me now, Talitha, just the fact that when you walked in that room, I saw you walking in and your hair was just so beautiful and you just looked so amazing. What was your first impression just walking in the room and seeing all the students and, you know, everyone else, and even Dr. Bertha, you know, you were able to meet her in person and give her a hug. What was that experience like, just that one moment alone?
Yeah, it was just really overwhelming, and I was really overjoyed, you know, throughout the whole entire process, the whole day. It was such a the weather was amazing because I think it had rained the day before we graduated, and I was a little bit concerned about the weather, but the weather turned out beautiful, and it was just an amazing day. I was so excited just to be a part of such a momentous occasion, which is being recognized, you know, for the impact that, you know, I've made over the years. And that is an honor in itself, and being amongst so many other great, powerful, inspiring men and women of all ages, you know, from 20s on up, you know, to the 60s and 70s. I mean, it was just amazing that we were all in one room, you know, being honored in that way. And it just was life transforming. That's what was really the only way I could really put it into words. It really transformed me mentally, spiritually, and emotionally when it comes to my journey moving forward, you know. Of course, it was an honor for all that I have done from the past on up, you know, from everything I've done in my past, but it really helped to shape where I'm going, you know, in the future. And so, yeah, it was just an amazing day. Everyone was just so nice and friendly and loving and encouraging. You know, we were all like family there. And so, and these are people that I know that I'm going to remain connected with, you know, being able to meet people of all backgrounds, of, you know, who have had different careers and different accomplishments in life. And so it's always a beautiful thing to connect with people and be able to have those long-lasting connections, you know, for life. Yeah. And so that's a blessing in itself. And so I'm just I'm just overjoyed, you know, with the whole thing. I'm still on cloud 9. I'm still walking in the clouds right now. So and then, you know, the graduation, the ceremony was amazingly put together. It was very professional, and you know, they just really knocked it out of the park, you know, and the speaker of the hour, the pastor, he did an amazing job. I really loved his message on just speaking on love and how to love and what love is truly is, and how we need to really think about what it truly means to love others. And so it was a very, very inspiring message that he gave, and being able to meet the founder of GIA, that was also amazing. Be able to speak with her, even on the cruise, you know, and really just let her know that I want to stay connected to global, Global Alliance, and also get involved in what they're doing, their mission, and what they're doing,
Yes.
when it comes to serving and making an impact all over the world, and
Yes.
even in third world countries where people, are, less fortunate than us. And so that's something that I truly want to do. I want to get out there and travel more, travel the world, and just make a difference,
Yes.
in other people's lives. Be a blessing. And so, that's it.
I love it. I love it so
Mhm.
much. And just knowing that you had that experience is just truly amazing. But what did it feel like when your name got called to the stage to get your degree and then you were able to walk? Like, what did that, I want them to hear that experience in itself. What did that
Mhm.
feel like for you?
It was really good to hear my name when they said, Dr. Talitha Davis, come on up. And it was very humbling for me. It was a deep
Yeah.
humbling and affirming moment for me because it just let me know that um, I am somebody.
Mm.
Someone recognized me because I am somebody. And that
Mm.
is truly a it is a very defining moment because there are a lot of people who feel like they're not
Yeah.
recognized. They feel like they've done so much and they don't get recognized. And so it just was a very affirming moment for me, that the work that I have done, I've poured my heart into, whether it be health coaching, writing, being an advocate, for the diaspora, that it's being seen and valued
Mm.
in a powerful
Yeah.
way. And so that's what that meant to
Mm.
me, that the things that I have done has not been in vain.
I
Yeah,
love it.
it's
I love
yeah,
it.
it's making a difference. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah.
I love that. The things that I've done truly was not in vain. And I'm loving because of where you're going, Talitha, is what really sparked me from to say, okay, I think this young lady deserves a humanitarian um, um, doctorate. So, what does receiving this honorary doctorate in humanitarianism
Mhm.
mean to you personally, but also with what you're what you're doing? What does that mean professionally as well?
Yeah, that's a really good question because it's it's kind of it's a very loaded question. I would say because I definitely believe that this honor isn't just about me, that it
Mm,
represents the countless lives and stories and voices that have shaped me, my mission. It represents my mom, my dad, my siblings, the ancestors, those who have come and have gone before us. It represents every woman who has been silenced but still rises, for every community. It's not just about me, it's about all of us, you know,
mhm,
everyone who has been a part of my life, my community that I've had the privilege to serve. That's what it represents, and it represents legacy of those who,
yeah.
my legacy, and also those who came before me, like the ancestors, and
Mm,
and it is recognition that reminds me that humanitarian work isn't just about applause or titles. It's about action, love,
mhm, mhm,
love in
mhm.
action, love in action. And so I'm honored, like I'm truly honored to carry this title. And, I carry it as a responsibility. It's like a call. It's a call to keep
Mhm,
showing
mhm,
up, to keep advocating, to keep healing and building spaces where people can be healed and where empowerment is possible, for everyone to receive. And above all, I really give glory to God, to our Creator. Everything that I've accomplished has been through His grace and His guidance. This doctorate is truly it's beautiful, milestone. It's more than that. It's like a reminder that when we surrender our gifts to serve others, God will elevate our mission in ways we can never imagine. And so, and that's how I look at it. I really do. I look at it as a mission. God is elevating the mission. And so to whom much is given, much is required, right? So it just lets me know that I have more work to do. There's more required of me because that honor, that recognition carries weight, and so, and so we, but of course we're fit for the service, for the occasion, and so we can handle it. If it's been given to us, it's because we can handle it, and it's truly a blessing. Yeah, it really is.
Wow, I love how you said God is elevating the mission. There is more for you to do. And there's more required for you to do. So with all you have done, can you share some of your impactful work, Dr. Talitha, you have done that led to this incredible recognition?
Yeah. So, well, yes, first and foremost, it started with ministry. I was, it's like the song, I was born in the church, I was raised in the church. It's a church, it's a song like that out there where, like I've just been built and developed and raised in church in the Word of God. And so I was trained to serve. Ministry is to serve, and so that is definitely embedded in me, deep within my soul and my spirit, and so that's something that's just naturally a part of me, and so it was a second nature for me to start the Damsel Arise ministry, which is very, very near and dear to my heart, because Damsel Arise, of course, it's the meaning of my name, Talitha. The full name is Talitha Kumi, which means damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And so I took the meaning of my name and turned it into a message of hope. A message of hope and resilience and encouragement and inspiration and empowerment to women. Because, of course, damsel is very gender specific. It means girl. So, of course, it is to women and to girls to arise. And so so that's what the purpose of the ministry is. And so that's where the book, the idea of my book came out of the meaning of Damsel Arise and what that means to me. The book centers on spiritual awakening, healing, from trauma, and stepping boldly into your divine purpose through the help of God. Because, of course, in the story of the little girl Talitha, it was Jesus that took her by the hand and told her to arise. He commanded her to arise and walk. And so she would not have been able to arise without the help of the Lord. He took her by the arm and said, Talitha Kumi, which means damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And so it just lets me know that we are commanded to rise. It's not optional. It's a command. And it is only through the word of God. It comes through the word of the Lord that commands us to arise. And so, and we need to obey His commandments and really lean and depend on Him in order for Him to shape our purpose and our walk in life as we rise from day to day. And so that is pretty much the essence of the ministry of Dames Arise and my books, which is centered around helping people to rise from their circumstances into wholeness. And so yeah, that's my ministry. I have T-shirts, Dames Arise T-shirts, and books and things of that nature. And so then I really moved into health and wellness. I've been a part of, health and wellness is also deeply embedded in me too because of my parents are herbalists. And so they've always taught us about herbs and essential oils and supplementing and things like that. And my parents have really been an advocate when it comes to taking really good care of your health. And they are the ones who really trained me and educated me to take really good care of my health. And so that's always been a passion of mine. And I decided to become a certified health and wellness coach, truly because of my own health transformation. I realized, how many people in my family and in the community lacked access to holistic wellness education. And so becoming a certified health coach allowed me to fill that gap, by offering support and accountability and tools for people to change, especially like in my church. That's how I was over the health and wellness department for 2 years, ministry in my church. And that was such an impactful and incredible experience because I really had to, stretch myself, when it came to being over a ministry in a church, helping people with their health and wellness, and really getting involved in the community and stuff like that, and connecting community resources to the church, and so that's how I was able to really stretch, and grow as a leader through that experience. And so I really enjoyed helping families embrace healthier lifestyles, and it's something I really am passionate about even now, and something I am going into further even now today, to be able to help women, with different issues that we go through when it comes to our reproductive health. And so and so that's still ongoing even today. And so that's what I am doing, the things that I have done over the years leading up to today, and also being an advocate, for the African diaspora. That's definitely a personal experience that has shaped, my passion when it comes to the diaspora and the humanitarian efforts. That's where the really, that has really played a big role in me receiving the doctorate, I guess, witnessing the resilience of the African diaspora and the systemic challenges that we face, and being able to connect with Pan-Africanism communities, and being an advocate, and me believing in honoring our heritage while building, a future that's rooted in equity and empowerment. That is very, very important to me, to see our people win and to receive all that is due to us, through reparations, for what our ancestors went through and how they basically used and abused these people. They worked, with blood and tears and sweat, to build this country. And so we are the descendants of these people. And so we must get what is due to us, and never give up on that. Never. And so that is what a big part of my role in the African diaspora is that, we experience what we deserve, which is freedom, independence, and living an abundant life in peace as a people. And that to me is the mission, when it comes to the diaspora.
Wow. I truly love that. I mean, just to know that you're serving, you made it so broad where you are reaching where your purpose is moving you. Your purpose moves you always with women. Your purpose moves you always with wellness. And now your purpose moves you globally through the African diaspora. So I'm excited to know just what how do you plan to use this honorary doctorate to further all this, what you just shared, and expand your influences through the wellness, through the women, different women ministry, through the global impact that you will be making with the African diaspora? How do you plan to use this honorary doctorate to further those missions?
Oh, yeah. It's just, this whole degree of receiving an honorary doctorate, it's really right on time. And, like I was telling my family, I was like, someone actually nominated me to receive a doctorate 6 years ago. And I declined. Yeah, and he was there. He's there. He's an apostle.
Really?
Yeah, he was at my graduation. Yeah, older man. Yeah. He's like 92 years old, and he's in great health, and we connected through the health and wellness, and he's been like a father figure to me for many years now. And he tried to get me to get my doctorate through some other program a long time ago, and I declined because I really wasn't educated about it, and it just wasn't the time. The timing wasn't right for me, and I just knew when you brought this to me, this year, I knew the timing was right. It was just the right timing and the right university. The connecting me to this university and what they're doing, their mission. I just know that this was ordained by God, to receive this honor at this particular time in my life, and within this particular community, this with global institute. And so it's just truly the timing is right, because I wanted, I'm actually in a program now to become a a wombologist. Yeah, a wombologist, which also involves being a fibroid coach, and this is something that God really put it in my heart to do, to help women, when it comes to so many women suffering in silence when it comes to fibroid issues and the side effects that comes from that, like with alopecia and losing their hair and hair thinning and having hormonal issues, and it's so many things that transpire, when our reproductive health is not at the level of where it should be. And so I definitely feel like with me having an honorary doctorate degree at this particular time in my life, the timing is right because of the direction I'm going, when it comes to helping women with their health and getting the knowledge and the education that I need to further my career, when it comes to holistic health and wellness, moving into the reproductive health of the body. And so this is one of the directions that I'm really focusing on right now, and being able to help women all over the world, when it comes to our reproductive health, because we are being targeted. Black women in particular are being targeted all over the world, not just here in the United States, but all over the world. There are so many statistics where women die, and during child birth, when they're delivering their children, we don't get the we don't get the help that we need. When we go into these hospitals, we don't ask the right questions. We're just not educated, when it comes to having good representation in these hospitals, and we suffer. Black women are losing their lives, they're dying, and we have the highest statistics, when it comes to getting fibroids and having hysterectomy procedures, nationwide here in the United States. And so it is really genocide because we are targeted. Black women are targeted all over the world, even in the continent, when it comes to our reproductive health. They want to limit us. They want to, stop us from having children. And it is it's truly the enemy. It's truly the enemy, and it's bigger than what we think it is. And so I'm just one person, that's trying to make a difference, when it comes to this huge, systemic war, basically, spiritual warfare that we're dealing with as women. And so it's really something that we really need to shed more light on, what's going on in the world when it comes to just our reproductive health, and how we need to be more aware of what's going on, and really just take better care of our bodies, and so that's basically what I really want to do. I want to definitely make a difference in this area when it comes to Black women, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. As a doctor, as a humanitarian with an honorary doctorate, I'm definitely moving into that area of health and wellness to help women.
Good. And again, you are tuned into Women Emerge with Mellisa Lambert. It's always an honor and a privilege to come before you another Wednesday. Today, we have someone special that is doing some great and mighty things within her community, but also globally. Our newest Dr. Talitha Davis, H.C., who has received her honorary doctorate in humanitarianism, and she is truly a blessing to humanity, and she continues to serve humanity on purpose. And I love Talitha, that you are enrolled into the school, because you're right, especially us African-American Black women, we are the ones that are so targeted to take our womb space. And because we don't know better, we allow our womb space to be taken away from us. So I'm glad that you have added this as a part of your movement a part of your purpose, especially in wellness. You've always been that type of person that stand for healthy living, healthy way of lifestyle. And what better way to help us women but with our womb space, because that's how humanity is created, through our womb. So thank you. Thank you for letting this be a part of your movement and a part of your solution and your purpose in life to help humanity, especially us women, to save our wombs.
Oh, you're welcome. It is my pleasure. It is my pleasure. Yes.
Awesome. So as we kind of wrap up a little bit, I want to ask you a couple of more questions. Are there any upcoming projects, initiatives, collaboration, now that you have graduated? And I know that GIA, we have a lot going on at our school and what we are planning to do globally. Do you have anything coming up in, even with the African diaspora and your wellness and everything, is there anything that's coming up now that you have gotten your degree?
Absolutely, yes. So as far as the African diaspora is concerned, we do have an upcoming event, which would be with the African Union and ECOSOC. We have a big Zoom meeting that's coming up where we're going to be talking about the 6th region. And so, of course, those who are not aware of, may not be aware of what the 6th region is. 6th region is simply the African diaspora. This is the region that the African Union wants to recognize, because they currently have 5 regions that basically is the entire African continent. There's 5 regions that sums up the entire continent, and so the 6th region is the diaspora. Those of us who were taken from the continent into slavery, all over the world, pretty much scattered all over the world. So they want to recognize us when it comes to the continent, the African continent, and making decisions being a part of the lawmaking process. And so I think this is truly an honor, and it's something to really celebrate that the African Union is recognizing the diaspora, because we just in America alone, we're like, wow, I think, what's the numbers? It's millions of us really all over in the Caribbean, in the Europe and South America, and then of course here in America. There are a lot of us, and so and so they are welcoming us into the African Union to be seated. They have 20 seats that they have made available to us, and so this is what our upcoming Zoom meeting that we're going to be having. We'll be discussing the election process that they're holding. We did have an election that was for the people, by the people. It was more of a grassroots election, but the African Union wants to hold their own elections in January 2026. And so this is what the meeting is going to be about. And so we're really looking forward to that. That is pretty much it when it comes to the diaspora that's coming up. It's actually coming up next week. I can't get the exact date. I have to find the exact date. But yeah, it's next week is the Zoom meeting. So sorry, I don't have the exact date and time, but it will be recorded, and so we will have the recording available, and I believe it will be posted on YouTube. So there will be ways to be able to watch the meeting on YouTube when it becomes available. So, but yeah, that's what's upcoming for us with the diaspora.
Wow. That's amazing, to be honest with you, because there is so much work to be done. And I'm glad that you are a part of that starting stage of this initiative to move forward with helping the union and helping America be transformed in itself. So the world, being transformed in itself. As we continue to move forward, in what ways will this recognition elevate the work of your organization or the company that you are building? Because outside of the diaspora, outside of everything, you have your own brand that you're looking to move. You're moving this movement to empower women, to inspire wellness, to uplift that. So how will you bring this apart, this degree together with your personal movement to be able to allow other women to understand they too can be humanitarians. They too can change lives. They too can also make a difference.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. No, I definitely agree with you. This recognition definitely elevates the work because it brings credibility. It definitely brings credibility to like what I'm doing, the work that I'm doing. It brings momentum because, of course, this definitely encourages me to do more, in the community and in my local community and abroad. And it brings visibility as well. It helps me to attract new partners, and businesses and be able to network, which is what, we were doing, on the boat. People were networking and connecting with, attracting like-minded people to what it is that they're doing to secure funding. And, I want to start a nonprofit, at some point, and this recognition will help to secure funding and to expand my reach. And so this really reinforces the value of the work, that is being done, that we're doing, and it inspires me and the team to just keep pushing forward, forward, and definitely encourage, like you were saying, encourage other women to become humanitarians, being a inspiration to other people, because people are watching us. People are looking at what we're doing. They're watching, and they are really paying attention. And so this will, like I was saying, it brings visibility, because it brings more eyeballs on to what it is that we're doing and, what I'm doing. And so, and I want to just keep up the momentum, keep pushing forward, keep inspiring, and keep making a difference in people's lives.
I'm so proud of you. I mean, Dr. Talitha Davis, you are doing your thing, girl, and I am going to be right by your side, watching you soar, watching you rise, and watching you change lives. So thank you again for your service and for all that you do. Can you just share with us, how can we follow you? How can we connect with you? How can we support you? And how can we reach you?
Yes, absolutely. So you can reach me on my social media, Instagram, which is Talitha Christine, and that's Christine, first name, and my middle name, which is Christine. I am also on Facebook as Talitha Christine, and also my website, www.damselarise.org. And so those are the best ways to reach me. Yes.
Wow. Well, I thank you again so much for just taking the time out of your busy schedule to just join us, to share with us what's going on with your life, to give us an idea of what you are doing, and also to say to you, congratulations, Dr. Talitha Davis, on your success, on your rise, on your shine. And my daddy always said, give people when their roses, when their life, so they can smell it. And I'm so thankful that I was able to be one of those person in your life to nominate you to smell your roses now, and not only just smell it, but I know you're going to continue to do the work while you're in it. So again, congratulations on your nomination to now turn it into your degree as a doctor in humanitarianism. So Dr. Talitha Davis, H.C., we truly appreciate you, and continue to shine.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate
You're
that.
so welcome.
Such a pleasure.
You're so welcome. And again, you have been listening to Women Emerge with Mellisa Lambert. I know that you're going to find this show very helpful. Please support Talitha. Please follow her. Please tune into whatever she's doing, because she is going to make a difference, not only in your life, but someone you like, love, and trust as well. Also, you can follow me on Facebook at Mellisa, Mellisa S. Lambert, as well as Lambert Legacy Financial. You can also purchase any of my copies of my books at Mellisa Books, Mellisa books.com. Keep on tuning in. Keep on subscribing. Leave us a review. Tell Talitha how she's doing. And stay connected. And we truly appreciate you always being here with us every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until next time, everyone, take care, take charge, and continue to be great. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to Women Emerge with Mellisa Lambert, where Mellisa speaks with leaders, experts, and motivators who share their journeys and their stories through personal and professional growth, knowledgeable tips, and lessons learned that will empower you to grow. Follow Mellisa and Women Emerge Network on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mellisa Lambert and at Women Emerge Network, and visit www.womenemergenetwork.com. Remember, when you know better, you can do better, especially when God is for you.